Lena Carter had always believed in destiny. She was a 26-year-old woman living in a small town called Willowbrook. Ever since she was a child, she had heard stories about fate and how everything in life happens for a reason. Her grandmother, Evelyn, used to say, "What is meant for you will always find you." Lena loved those words, but sometimes, she wondered if they were true. She had dreams, big ones. She wanted to open her own flower shop in the city, create beautiful arrangements, and bring joy to people. But fear held her back. Willowbrook was safe. The city was unknown. What if she failed? One evening, while walking home from her part-time job at a bakery, Lena noticed a strong wind picking up. Leaves swirled in the air, and a small piece of paper fluttered toward her feet. She picked it up and saw an old address written in faded ink. Below the address, there was a short message: "Follow your heart, and you will find your destiny." Lena's heart skipped a beat. Was this a sign? Who left this message? The address wasn't far, just outside town near the old bridge. It was a place she had never visited before. Was this destiny calling her? Or was this just another mystery waiting to unfold? That night, she couldn't sleep. The words kept echoing in her mind. What if this message was meant for her? The next morning, Lena decided to go. She packed a small bag, took a deep breath, and walked toward the unknown. After an hour, she reached a small cottage surrounded by wildflowers. The wooden house looked abandoned, yet something about it felt familiar. An old man sat on the porch, reading a book. His silver hair glowed under the morning sun. "Excuse me, sir," Lena said. "I found this paper with this address." "Do you know what it means?" The man looked up and smiled. "Ah, so you found it. That means you were meant to come here." Lena was surprised. "But why? I don't even know you." The old man nodded. "Maybe not, but I knew your grandmother. She used to say, 'Destiny is not about waiting, it's about finding.' She left this message for you, hoping you would come one day." Tears filled Lena's eyes. "My grandmother?" The man nodded and handed her a small wooden box. "She left this for you." Lena slowly opened the box. Inside, there was a letter in her grandmother's handwriting. "Dear Lena, I always knew you were meant for great things. Don't let fear stop you. Take risks, make mistakes, and find your own way. Your dreams are waiting for you. Go and chase them. Destiny is not written in the stars, it is written in your choices. With love, Grandma Evelyn." Lena wiped away a tear. Could this be the push she needed? The old man handed her something else, a train ticket to New York. "She bought this years ago," he said. "She knew you would need it someday." Lena's fingers trembled as she held the ticket. But there was something else in the box, a second letter, this one much older and written in shaky handwriting. She unfolded it carefully. The words made her blood run cold. "Evelyn, if you are reading this, then I am gone. You must protect the truth. Do not let Lena find out. The past must stay buried." Lena's heart pounded. Who was R? What truth was hidden? The old man sighed. Your grandmother wanted to tell you, but she never got the chance. Lena's voice was barely above a whisper. Tell me what? The man hesitated. Your parents. They didn't die in an accident. Lena felt the world tilt beneath her. What do you mean? He looked at her with sorrow in his eyes. There was a fire. But it wasn't an accident. Someone said it, Lena gasped. Who? The man shook his head. That is a question only destiny can answer. Lena clenched her fists. She had spent her whole life believing a lie. Back in Willowbrook, Lena sat in her small flower shop, staring at the train ticket. She had spent years in this town, afraid to take a step forward. But now, everything had changed. She had to find the truth. That night, she made a decision. She would go to New York. Not just for her dreams, but for the truth. A week later, she stood at the train station, holding her ticket tightly. As the train started moving, she whispered to herself, destiny is not just about dreams. It's about facing the past, too. 1 year later, Lena stood in front of her own flower shop in the city. The sign above the door said, Destiny blooms, where flowers and dreams grow, but her journey wasn't over. She had uncovered a clue about the fire. A name. Someone who might know what really happened to her parents. As she locked up her shop one evening, she saw a man standing across the street, watching her. He wore a black coat, his face hidden under a hat. Lena's heart raced. Was this fate? Or was it something darker? She took a deep breath. No matter what was ahead, she was ready. Because now, she wasn't just a dreamer. She was a believer of destiny.